We are back at Kornit's booth here at Hall 27, I think it is. Yeah, and this time I have the pleasure to be meeting with Amit. We're going to see some wonderful products.
Yes, absolutely.
Before we are doing that, tell us a little bit about your role here with Kornit.
Okay, so I've been with Kornit for almost 4 years now. 3 years in Israel in our headquarters as a product marketing manager for DTG. And actually recently moved to Germany, to our European office. So now I'm the product marketing and pre-sales manager in our European offices in Düsseldorf, Germany.
Before we see the machines, I was just wondering, when you say pre-sales manager, right?
Okay, yeah.
I was just curious because you're a pre-sales manager. Who are you actually pre-selling to? Ooh, that was a good one, wasn't it? Yeah.
Who are we pre-selling to? So our customers or our prospects are very varied. They can be anywhere from different brands who want to implement printing or our technology through fulfillers or themselves. And it can be all the way down to a fulfiller or somebody who has a print shop who's doing analog screen printing or on-demand production for online. So it's a very wide custom or prospect base, but printing on textile. This is what we do, this is what we do best.
I have a secret for you then.
Okay.
Since you moved to Germany, you will be very busy. There's a lot of potentials there, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the machine. We are here with the Atlas Max.
Yes. So,
one thing is, of course, that you see something that looks really stunning because you're good at design, you're good at UIs and things like that. Can it also print?
Absolutely, and it prints beautifully. So the Atlas Max is Kornit's DTG flagship, and it is setting the new standard for on-demand printing in any technology whatsoever. So first of all, the secret for Kornit's printing technology and the thing that we do differently from anybody else is that we're doing the entire process inside the system. So it's a single-step process. You don't need to pre-treat the garments, the shirts, or anything like that. Everything is done inside. So if you look inside, the first stage, once I send the pallet in, it will be pre-treated. At the back over there are sprinklers that will create a coating of pre-treatment.
And the pre-treatment, is that like part of the ink, or is it a separate process?
It is a separate, it's a separate consumable.
Because I think that on some of your other machines, it's part of not of the ink, but it's a process that you basically spray on or put on the dots where you need them. Right?
On our roll-to-roll systems, that is what we do.
Which you will see a bit later, of course. Yeah.
Get over there and you will see it.
Yeah.
So here, first we need to do a pre-treatment because fabric is not like paper. It's not a completely flat.
Otherwise it will just...
Otherwise it will just...
not good.
Absorb through, and we want to get a very tight dot gain for the high quality.
Yeah.
That is the first stage.
Yeah.
Second stage, we are printing white, the white underbase, because our inks are acrylic water-based. So everything is very sustainable, non-toxic. We create our own inks, by the way. We develop and manufacture them.
So pretty fast as well, right?
Yes, it's a very fast system. So it's acrylic water-based inks, so they're actually transparent. So in order to get all the vibrancy and with a good color, you need to create a good white underbase layer, which is we're doing with the white layer.
But you of course only do it where you need them, right? So it's not.
Yes, absolutely. Only under the.
And of course you can see that on the collar T-shirts.
We will talk about this print because this is a very interesting print. So after you do the white underbase, then it moves to the next station and we do the color. The advantage that this is a dual bridge system. So on the back bridge you have the white inks and on the front bridge you have the color inks. You can work, you get better productivity because you don't have to wait for it to complete the entire job before you can start doing the next job.
Plus you also can utilize the print heads better, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. With the Max technology, which is our newest generation of technology, we've added additional 2 consumables. One is the Q-Fix, and the other is the intensifier.
Is that the Q&I you have? Sorry, Chica. Is that the Q&I
exactly.
you have?
That's the Q&I here. What you see here is a display. We call it a walk-in management display. So if you have a production manager, he can just walk around and just by a glance, he sees how fast the system is printing, how fast his operator is printing. On darks and on light shirts.
Okay, so that is why you're doing these kind of things. Okay.
Yeah. And what is the status of the ink and the waste baskets? If there are, we have a wrinkle detector inside the system, so it protects the print heads. In case there is a wrinkle, it will alert the operator and just bring the pallet back out.
Fantastic.
So the Q-Fix is, like you mentioned before, is actually similar to the pre-treatment, to the fixation itself, and this is being jetted through the print heads together with the ink, which helps to settle the ink very, very accurately and very, very uniformly, which brings all the vibrancy and allows us also to do very good color matching. Interesting thing that we've discovered when we started using this is it actually allows us to create layers of white. And this is what we call the XDI, or extra dimension technology, impression technology, completely proprietary to Kornit. Is something that nobody else can do to create those raised prints. So this is what you can see here. If you zoom in, you will see that this is actually a 3D print.
And that was when we talked to your customer the other day, colleague the other day. We saw that you can also use that to mimic a kind of stitching or.
Right. So we can have all kinds of different effects. So you can have like this.
Oh yeah. So you have a.
Yes, you can see it. You can see it on my.
You are a walking showroom.
Walking showroom. Yes. You can see that this is like a high definition impression. You can see on my back. If you may scratch my back. I allow it, but you can feel my back. It's also raised, and it's different effects. You can have embroidery, you can have like fingerprints, all kind of different effects. And we are also providing the software for our customers to do it. Of course, you can develop whatever you want using Photoshop, but we're also providing software to do it.
But I mean, just when you look at that T-shirt, you say it's very unique, and you do it in. I mean, I don't know if you can even do that in other analog techniques, but when you look at it, it just looks stunning, and it is like a one-off thing coming out of the machine.
Absolutely, right? And you can't do it in any other technology because you can see here, you have gradient of color. And you have very small details. And all of
so
that
it's a combination of it.
Advantages of the digital print that you can't get in any other technology. So QFix is one consumable. The second one is intensifier, which greatly increases the durability for wash and rub fastness for our garments. So we're meeting all the standards for the strictest brands and retail customers that we can.
When you say that, I can't help think about, because one of the things that I think Kornit has been extremely good at is also raising the awareness of the sustainability agenda in the textile.
Absolutely.
When you add these kind of things to it, I mean, is it still water-based, or is it still...
Everything is still water-based, everything is fully sustainable, non-toxic, biodegradable. We have Eco Passport from Ecotex. We are meeting certified for GOTS, meeting the brand's restricted substance lists. So you can use these prints and these garments for just about any application you want. And of course, this, as you can see, almost no water is being used for this print, which is very, very sustainable. And the system itself is also relatively low on energy compared to others.
Let me ask you a question, and that is, it's just because, you know, when you walk around here at FESPA, you see a lot of T-shirt manufacturers that do similar things like this, right? And I was just thinking that for the audience that watches this thing, I mean, one thing is of course I mean, what you see and is amazing. But I was just thinking that what is the main reason for people to choose Kornit over, let's say, somebody else? Right?
Okay.
I mean, you understand my point? It's basically
absolutely.
Because when you see the output, I mean, this looks stunning, but I have seen other stunning T-shirts as well.
Absolutely. So there are several reasons. First of all, the quality. We set a different standard, and I'll take you on everybody else in this booth.
Okay, that's good. Okay,
you know,
that's fine.
I'm very proud of the quality that we are able to achieve. This is one thing. Second thing, we see this as a solution to really transform the industry. So we make sure that these are mass production systems. These are for high volumes. This system can do 110 shirts per hour with a single operator. Okay, so we're really looking for volume. We're looking for versatility system that can work long hours, day after day in, day out. This is how they are designed. Third thing is Kornit is a company. This is what we do. This is our focus. We don't do other signage, flatbed, all kinds of other applications and textile. No, this is our specialty. This is what we do.
So the focus is extremely important for customers, should be, right?
It's extremely important, and we are a one-stop shop, meaning we develop and manufacture the systems. We develop and manufacture the inks in our own ink factory, which is also a very sustainable ink factory in Israel. And we develop all the software and the software solutions that we provide to the customer, service, training. We do the whole package. If you have a problem, and now recently Kornit also bought Tesoma, the dryer company, so we understand this is a very important part of the process to get quality prints. it is ours as well. We take ownership, we take responsibility to get the best quality all the time.
And I think also you have become like investment darling, right, for some of the investors in the market. So that means that you also get the funding for keeping developing great technologies, right?
Luckily, and it's fun to be in a company that is
that
is doing good business.
Yeah.
Our CEO likes to say that we don't manage the stock, we manage a business,
Yeah.
And the stock follows.
Yeah.
And you know, it's fun to work with a company that has a vision.
Yeah.
It knows where it's going. It invests a lot in R&D and has a lot of focus.
We were in Israel talking to some of your colleagues some years ago, and it was just like, you know, already that time you really sensed that the bonding and the passion of all the employees in Israel, that you wanted to be a winner, you wanted to be the best, right? I mean,
we truly believe in the vision, in what we are trying to do. Again, we don't see ourselves just as an equipment manufacturer.
No. Let's go and see some, because you have more machines.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
What do you want to show now?
So let's move over to the next machine.
Okay,
We're going to see the Atlas Max Pulley.
And what is the difference?
All right. So the Atlas Max Pulley is a variation on the Atlas Max that we are going to launch next month.
Okay, so this is actually like not a production machine yet, or?
It is not yet released.
Okay, but it is the right machine, basically.
But it is ready, yes, we are launching it next week.
Okay.
Not next week, sorry, next month.
Yeah.
So most of the print that we're doing is on cotton in the Atlas Max, like we just saw.
So that is like you have the polyesters here, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. Polyester is a different, it's a different niche, but it's a huge niche. It is the, right now it is the number 2 used fabric in the world, and it is the number 1 most growing. So it's a huge market.
So it's still like the most growing is polyester based?
Absolutely, because cotton prices are just going up extremely.
So this is more controllable, basically.
So yes, it's more controllable in the industry, but it is a fabric that is more challenging to embellish.
Yeah.
And the traditional ways of embellishing polyester, especially in the sports industry, you have your logos, you have your team logo, you have your sponsors, name and number on the back. The traditional ways to do these are either with screen printing or with vinyl heat transfer and these kind of applications, which are always time and cost consuming.
Yeah.
And now the main challenge here is dye migration. What do we mean by dye migration? The technology to dye the fabric itself is done in relatively low temperatures. So once you embellish the fabric, you print something on it or you do a heat press, and then you try and cure it, you put it in a dryer, the temperatures are higher than the temperatures that we usually, originally used to dye the fabric. So the dyes start to migrate from the fabric into your print. So if you have a big name and number on white on a red t-shirt, it will start to become pinkish.
I have noticed that.
Yeah. So this is the challenge that we are trying to...
just look at the colors. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This is the challenge that we are here to face and to solve. And the way we did it is a different ink set. So if on the cotton system we are using the Neopigment Eco Rapid, here we are using the Neopigment Olympia. It's a different ink set, and the advantage of aware.
Just can't have you falling, right?
The advantage of this ink set is that we are able to cure it at 110 degrees and not 160 degrees like you need to cure.
So basically you have the advantage that you can use less heat and still maintain the quality of that adhesion to the
you get the adhesion, you get the durability of the print, and actually it's an even more durable ink than the Eco-Rapid, because we understand that the sports applications are more demanding. So this, and I can show you here.
Oh, so cool also with the neon colors when you have it there, right?
Absolutely, so you can see with the example, this print, you can stretch it as much as you like, and it will not crack, it will not break. And this is very important for polyester applications, for everybody who's going to the gym, and the gym, they want everything very tight to show everything off.
You don't want to crack when you're having a nice t-shirt on, right?
Exactly, absolutely. So, and you can see the different coverage and the different. This is just wet. This is just came out.
Then I just keep my hands off. But it is, you almost want to touch it, right?
It looks amazing. And one of the reasons is for this system, we've added 2 additional colors. and we didn't talk about it, but we are using a 6-color system on the Atlas Max. So it's CMYK red and green. Here, we understand that because it's for the sports industry, neons are more, you like to have more bright colors. So instead of red and green, we're adding yellow and pink, which is neon colors. So you can see the vibrancy, you can see the color, and you can see that we can reach fully photorealistic images, amazing quality. And again, this print will not break. It's an amazing technology that we are very proud of. So this is the Atlas Max Pulley, which will be launched really soon.
So if I'm a customer, can I buy them in pairs?
We'll bundle it for you. No problem.
I want them gift wrapped as well.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So of course, when you have developed this technology, first of all, of course, you have defined there's a need in the market, of course.
Yes.
But also because you can, right? Because I mean, with the amazing reach that Kornit has got within relatively few years, right? The innovation and the technologies, you just keep pushing the boundaries for what's possible, right?
Yes, we are always looking to innovate, and we invest a lot of money back into our R&D, into our innovation, both systems, both chemistry, software. Like I said, we are doing all in-house, and we are investing a lot of effort to keep innovating and keep finding those new applications, new solutions to provide to the market, to our customers.
But you have one problem now.
Only one?
There's nothing more to do, right? Now we could just keep selling, right?
I'm sure we can
or you still have ideas for the future.
I'm sure we have, and we have the best minds back in Israel working on new stuff.
We want to have secrets here, right?
I'm sorry, you will not get it out of me. No.
He doesn't know. No.
But now let me show you new innovation on the roll to roll.
Okay, that is something we can see, basically.
Yes, absolutely.
You sure? Okay, fantastic.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to it. So I take you like your work, right?
I love my work.
Yeah. And we spoke about being in a company that grows and have success. That is, of course, fantastic. But you also, I mean, when you see the fashion industry, you can see that I'm not a fashion guy, but I still like to see things like this. But I was just thinking that it's in an industry where you create something that is so beautiful, right? It is something that, so not just amazing technology, but it's also the creativity and all that.
Creativity and I come from an engineering background.
Yeah. Okay.
So I see a system and it's very nice.
So you open and see how the screws are made.
I see how it works, and I'm looking at the print and that it's very accurate. Great. But then suddenly you have designers, and actually just last night we had our VIP event here for the show, and we had a collaboration with the university in Mönchengladbach, the textile university, and we had students create fashion show on our systems. And they did it in the span of about 6 weeks, which is unheard of, that you can get a fashion show ready in about 6 weeks, only made on this system, and it's great to see what they can do once we show them this technology.
Yeah, because now we've seen t-shirts where you have them already cut and sewed, but I mean also if you look at your booth here where you see the dresses and where you see all those kind of things, it's pretty amazing actually, right?
Yes, I mean, absolutely. So this is what we do with our roll-to-roll. So if we come back to the side of the system, we can show you, we can talk about
roll-to-roll. I'm just thinking that just to understand, because when you see on the paper-based, not for the textile, but it's always like how it is to operate from an operator's perspective, from how you load the machines and how you is that also something that you pay attention to, or?
Yes, absolutely. Our intention is to try and minimize the workforce required as much as possible.
Yeah.
So to operate the Presto, you can do it with a single operator.
Okay.
This is the Presto Max.
Yeah.
And it is our roll-to-roll system. Now, the amazing thing about our roll-to-roll system, don't know how familiar you are with how printing on textile is done.
I have a quite good idea about it.
Good. So you probably know that where this entire booth is, you should have steamers and stentors and boilers and whatever other applications. Here, you don't need anything.
Yeah.
From here, over there, just about 7 to 9 meters.
Yeah.
And you have a full production line of fabrics.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will ask my colleague just to hit play, so you can see how this prints.
Yeah.
Roman, press play, please.
So let's Chica go on so we can see what is going on here, right?
So we can start printing. So the Presto is a.
Will that be open?
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually it's closed. It's just now we're opening.
It would just be a shame if he put his camera in and then it closes, right?
Yes. It will not close. It's open. So It's a roll-to-roll system, and like I said, it has the ability to print on uncoated fabrics and untreated fabrics. This is again, our belief and our call to fame of what we do. And because we are printing pigment inks, we are able to print on practically any type of fabric. So you can print on naturals, you can print on synthetics, on plant-based, and cellulose. The innovation that we brought with the Max technology for the Presto is what you see right here, is the ability to print white ink on dyed fabrics. There is no other, guarantee, there is no other digital printing platform in the world that can do that. Completely new to Kornit. So we did that, and you can see.
Yeah, we saw that the other day. Your colleagues showed how great it is to do this kind of.
You can see the different applications that you can have for it, and we saw it also from a sustainability standpoint. We said, okay, if you're a manufacturer and you have some garment with a pattern or whatever that is didn't sell very well, you can give it new life. Just run it through the system, print a white embellishment or anything on it, and you can give it a new life. But once we did that, like you said, we're an innovative company. Once we did that, we said, okay, wait a minute. If I'm printing white underbase, why can't I print color on top of it? So you can see that now we can print color on top of it, and you can have the exact effect or the exact embellishment as you have on our DTG systems. Now, what you see and what you're now seeing here is basically fashion on demand. These are cut pieces for a dress. So if somebody just entered the order...
so that's why you have actually the pieces. So now it is... so the only thing you basically need now is to cut it out and then sew it together?
Just need to cut it out. So if you think about somebody who just sent, through a software, just sent a job to a manufacturer, what we call an eco factory, which is a micro factory, it takes to print about 20 seconds to 2 minutes. I don't know, depends on the size and the complexity. 20 minutes, 6 minutes in the dryer, 3 minutes in a cutter, in an automatic cutter from one of our partners.
You have a cutter here as well?
We don't have it here, but one of our, we work with all the big companies to integrate a cutter, and about 10 minutes to sew. So 20 minutes from order to a finished garment, to a finished dress. It is something amazing, and this, we believe, will change the industry in a way that you can bring manufacturing close to the customer. You don't need to start guessing what will be the next trend, what will be the will of the customer, which changes right now every other day.
It's funny because it's one of my favorite books is Chris Anderson's The Long Tail, right?
Right.
And if you have the long tail and you think of this, that's changed everything, because when you have digitalization of anything, basically changed the fact that you don't need mass production. You don't need that, and that changes how you think, right?
Absolutely.
So this might be a disruptor, not just in technology, but also in how an entire industry operates.
And I think what happened since he wrote that book is that once it was a tail, so you had the mass production, and then you had the very long tail.
Precisely.
I think now it's more a snake, and less of a tail.
Yeah. Because maybe not in the textile industry yet, but if you look at the music industry, if you look at some of the Netflix kind of thing, I mean, that is like where that took away an entirely analog / digital distribution into something that is online, right?
But I think that from a customer perspective, it's absolutely happened also for the textile industry.
Yeah.
Because you see, people don't want your whatever you design for me. I want to design myself.
I understand that, but I'm just saying that sorry again, Chica. I'm just saying that basically what I mean is that you're totally right. I'm just saying that it takes maybe a little bit longer because the textile industry is extremely large, and it has a long legacy in how you produce textiles today.
Exactly,
right?
and this is what we see and we come to change, because we understand that the customer has changed. Especially during COVID, people don't go to stores anymore. They want whatever they want, and they want it now. But the entire supply chain of the industry is not built for it.
No,
it is not built to supply to them.
No.
So
but I mean, there's a reason why Amazon bought a lot of your machines, right? Because now they can basically do it on demand, right?
For example, and
can we see some of the software? Because you spoke about software. Now we've seen the machines. You have some screens just to see something? Or
we can arrange that as well.
I'm just asking.
So just for the amazing prints you just saw, we can do for the first time color prints on black fabrics, and we said if we can do that, why not layer it and do XDI? Yes, we can do XDI and the layered prints on a roll-to-roll system as well.
Fantastic, right?
Let me show you some of our software solutions.
I was just curious about it because you mentioned it yourself, right? So.
So let me show you our.
So is it when you say software? So
yes.
I first thought it was like the production software, but is everything from ordering or?
Exactly. So, of course, everything that is on the system, the operating system of the systems themselves, the quick peak production, of course we develop and we own it. About a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, Kornit bought a company called Custom Gateway, who is responsible for workflow. And with that, we developed what we call the Kornit X solution. Now, the Kornit X solution is a software platform that connects retailers in the front end all the way to the production and to the end customer, and end fulfiller and shipping. So if I'm a customer and I'm just, I can get into a Shopify store, or it can be an Amazon store or whatever, and I can order a shirt. I will not walk you through the entire thing, but I can order a product that somebody offered me, and I can, add some text on it, customize it to whatever I want, and send it to our system. Now, once that's in the system, the Kornit X platform. Now I'm talking as a fulfiller or as a,
or just get the orders directly into the
or as a retailer.
Course,
I can control the entire orders that were sent into the system. I can route it to different manufacturers if I choose. It can be based geographically, for example. So, if somebody saw my T-shirt on Instagram, ordered it in Singapore, why do I need to manufacture it in, I don't know, wherever? And the next customer will be in Arizona. So I will just send this order to be manufactured wherever is closest to the customer. We can manage that, and then also manage the entire workflow through a barcode system in the manufacturer's supply ground floor.
That will also, to some extent, disrupt a little bit how we think about retail, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and this is how another way we try to help the fashion industry to change its mindset and change the supply chain, because through our fulfiller networks, other Kornit customers, brands and retailers can connect into that network and then divert it to already existing Kornit customers and have their production and make sure that they have the same quality on the same equipment in each site.
My background is mainly in the commercial print, and I can see that is what is actually happening now in the book market, right? So it is like similar trends that basically print as close as to where the customer needs it, rather than having a lot of MTS shipped around the world, right?
And it is the most sustainable thing in the world, instead of starting to ship stuff around the world.
We have to go on, but it was fantastic talking to you.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much for a very good demo. So thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Just hang on a second here. Kornit again continues to amaze me. Fantastic company, fantastic products, and I even saw some of the software today. Great. Amit did a fantastic job showcasing the technology, and now we are going to hall one, I think.